As Facebook, MySpace, and Bebo grow more popular, messaging firms are tapping into the potential revenue streams that instant messaging on social networks might offer.
In our survey, instant messaging on things like Facebook have been available for only a few months. When we asked, do you use instant messaging on Facebook or on social networks, 71% of people said yes. And that's a big flag for a messaging company like Calibria, and points towards mobile instant messaging and social network messaging merging. And indeed, one of the things we're doing, launching a social network gateway, is to provide people with one client and one experience that they have to learn to actually access both mobile instant messaging and social networks.
Social networking is one of the latest, absolutely latest ways that we see driving the mobile instant messaging market and the instant messaging market. What social networking allows you to do is really coordinate the friends and people that you communicate with on a regular basis. But the one thing that it really does do is structure you into more communication, which is really in the interest of the operators, the ISPs who host the instant messaging services, and the end users who have more ways to structure and manage their communications.
However, just as quickly as social networking can drive mobile instant messaging, it can also overtake it, warns Calibria.
I think with the rate of growth on social networking, and everything is there for you to do instant messaging quite easily. So I think there's a great danger that the existing instant messaging players may get overtaken by social networks, just because they have the communities in place. So you see a lot of people that are online that you can message. So they could overtake things like Windows Live Messenger quite quickly.
So to mirror the success of the fixed world, what must operators and mobile messaging firms offer?
One key thing is that we don't let features creep ahead of the technology capability. I mean, as I said, handset capability is getting closer to desktop capability all the time. But if you automatically assume you can insert all of the desktop capability into a handset to drive a mobile service in networks which are, not ubiquitously 3G. I mean, sometimes it's 2.5G in certain regions. You need to consider that putting more features into the service is not necessarily the best way to drive more usage of the service. It's actually a basic communication service, and making that work reliably, consistently well is the key point.
Well, I think you've got to create an interactive experience. I mean, that's key. You can't have the user logging on continuously to check it, see if something's happened. You have to have a client which is deployable on handsets. And many of the social network aggregator companies that have started up have not really paid attention to this. They just create one client that's then thrown out in the market. And that's good, and it tends to have a rich experience, but you then need to take time to actually integrate that with the different handsets and different operating systems that are out there.